What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we're opening Starter Deck 10. You see, I just got back from Japan, and I told you guys in multiple videos when I went to Japan, the first thing I was going to do was head to Shinjuku, find the Bandai Namco place, and buy Starter Deck 10. And I'm not sure everyone believed me, and some people were like, oh, it's going to be out of stock. Side note, in stock this deck, like, everywhere. I went to a bunch of Bandai Namco stores, One Piece TCG official stores. It was in stock everywhere. But I even found it in like random bookshops and toy stores. It was everywhere. It was brilliant. Although I did go to Japan a week late. And now I'm opening it now, and I know it's not the day of I wanted. But honestly, I was tempted to do an opening in my hotel, and it wasn't going to work, and I'm sorry. Point is, I went to Shinjuku the day I got there. And I didn't have any pocket Wi-Fi because the company messed up. So I had no way to navigate. But I still went. I went to Shinjuku. I found Namco Tokyo, the Bandai Namco store. I bought Starter Deck 10. Yeah, I did. Told you I would. So let's go and have a look. I'm so excited about this. I picked up all the Starter Decks in Japan. Well, the ones I didn't already have. And, yeah. Picked up a couple boxes of OPO4, which are going to be opening soon. And I am delighted. So let's have a gander. So here's your deck box. Ooh, okay, so it's pretty standard deck box, right? It is a plastic deck box, the kind of which you've seen a million of before. Very standard production. And it's got a little Velcro clasp. We've got ourselves a little divider there featuring the key art with the three captains, which makes perfect sense. And then the artwork kind of wraps around as you go. So we've got Luffy on the front. We've got Law on the side. We've got the card back on the back, with a little bit of Kid's arm, and then we've got Kid on the other side. Cool. Okay, we've got a fairly standard, I think it is literally the standard play sheet coming with it as well. The how to play we've all seen a million times. However, on the back, little poster of the three captains, which is actually a kind of a play sheet with all the things marked out, or a poster, whichever you prefer. But again, taking advantage of that wonderful key art. And then we have the cards. Now, I will say, you can see there that Don's already started warping because it's foil. Just be a little bit careful if you pick this deck up, yeah? Because it's going to probably keep doing that. So, also, you might notice the, can we see that there? There's little dents on the cards where they've actually been bound together, which is a bit of a pain, but hey-ho. So we don't take too much look at the Don. There's foil Don. But then we get to the leaders. Oh, these leaders are beautiful. So here's your Luffy leader. Now, I love this deck. I love the idea of having one deck with kind of three different leaders for you to choose between. I just think that's a great way to go about doing it. And I'm a huge fan. The Luffy, of course, has got the activate main once per turn. If you got either 0 or 8 or more Don on the field, add a Don card from your Don deck active. Am I going crazy here? I am going crazy. No. One of the leaders has gotten, like, properly stuck to the Don. There we go. I thought I was missing a leader there. Okay. So we've got the Law leader here. Bit weird that it got kind of completely stuck to the Don, but there we go. There's your Law leader. Law is actually the one I like the most of the three leaders. This is the activate main once per turn, Don -3, which admittedly is a lot. But you can put one of your opponent's characters of 3,000 power or less to the bottom of their deck, and then play a 4-cost or lower character from your hand. But again, what we've got here is the foil and the texture. These cards are stunning, absolutely stunning. I'm a huge fan of these cards. They look absolutely amazing. They're not really like alternate art, like traditional alternate art leaders, but they still have the foil and the texturing as if they are, which is beautiful. And then we got Kid as well, same kind of deal. Foil, texturing, just beautiful cards. Now this is it's got 5 life despite being a 5,000 power dual colour. But if you've got 4 or more life, you actually get -1,000 power. But when attacking, you can Don -1 to get +2,000. So go down to 3 life, Don -1, and you're a 7,000 power leader. which is clearly ridiculous. So there's the leaders. That's quite cool. Now let's see how premium everything else is. So we got 4 copies here of Sanji. It's foil, which I kind of dig. Let's see what the rest of them are all like. So Sanji is foil. We've got ourselves only 2 copies of Jinbei. Although again, foil and lovely. I'm trying to really show off how cool these cards look. Because that's the real hook of this deck, right? Like, it's a cool deck, don't get me wrong. There's lots of playable stuff. But it's the fact that it's kind of all lovely and completely foil that's really cool. Luffy here is a designated super rare. So again, you've got the foil, but you've also got the border and all of that. Luffy, of course, has Rush. And when your opponent once per turn tries to activate Blocker, you can KO an 8,000 power or less character. Luffy, I think, is borderline broken. I understand why it's a 2 of here. That does make sense to me. Jinbei, also a 2 of. Don X1, when attacking, give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power for the turn. It's fine, but I don't think it's kind of Luffy level. So you only get 2 of your Luffy there. We've then got ourselves a full playset coming in of Killer. Again, it's a designated common card. When I say designated common, it's kind of, it is a common, but like it's a starter deck. It's not like the pull rates are different on any of these. So that's why I kind of use the phrase designated common, because it is a common, but, you know, they've just kind of called it a common. That's kind of how it works. We then got Shachi and Penguin, again, coming in as a 4 of there, a designated common. But you'll notice all foil. I'm going to have to go and get a pack of sleeves to sleeve this deck up. My studio is starting to get very full, so I'm thinking I'm probably just going to store it, you know, in the deck box. But I think I need to, you know, sleeve everything up before I do. Because otherwise it's going to get kind of awkward. There we go. We found him, ladies and gentlemen. This is, of course, Jean Bart. Again, lovely foil on that one. Now we got ourselves Law. And look, you know the deal. If you're buying these to play, you need 2 copies of every starter deck. I've shown you Jinbei's a 2 of. I've shown you Luffy's a 2 of. This is a designated super rare. Obviously, it's going to be a 2 of. And this one is textured, and it's just beautiful. The Luffy, I should say, although you saw it when I was showing you, textured as well. These cards are, like, genuinely absolutely beautiful. It is by far, like, in terms of how cool the cards are and how lovely they look, it's by a mile the best starter deck we've had. By the way, Law is your blocker, and on play, Dom -1. If your opponent's got 7 or more cards in their hand, you can trash 2. So you got a bit of disruption going on there as well. You got Heat here. Get a lovely 4 of as a foil. We've got ourselves Beppo. Oh, I will say, these cards are starting to stick together quite badly. Like, I've lost, I couldn't find the Law Leader a minute ago, and I've got one of my kids stuck to a Beppo. There we go. It's not ideal, honestly, but we'll get over it. So we've got Beppo coming in as a playset. Again, it's a common, but even the commons are foil. And that's why, like, I mean, I'd say I bought this up. I bought this for RRP. I bought this for retail, just in a one-piece store. 2 copies of Kid here, obviously, because it's super rare. But it's expensive. It's 3 times the price of a regular starter deck. But between the deck box and the ridiculous foiling and texturing on the super rares and the leaders, and then the foiling on the regular cards, it really does feel worth it. Kid is your on-player when attacking, Don -1 to give one of your leaders 1,000 power. Great combo with the Kid leader, who obviously, you know, gets all fancy and big. We've then got ourselves a playset of Wire. I think that's Wire. One of the characters who did not make an impression on me reading the manga, put it that way. Yeah, it is Wire. Just did not make an impression reading the manga at all, so I forget who they are. We've then got, where are we looking here? So we got our event cards. Again, all coming through as foil. Now that's a 2 of. And that's a 2 of. And you won't be surprised to hear, oh, stuck again. There we go. That's a 2 of as well. All the event cards coming through as 2 ofs is admittedly a little bit awkward, and for that I can only apologise. But then we get the reprints. Now, oh my goodness, these are beautiful. But they're sticking together something chronic. It's rubbish. Because then it makes it more awkward to actually try and get them apart. There we go. Right, okay. So we've got Zorro and we've got Nami. These are, of course, reprints, both from OP01. The Zorro with Rush and a Nami that searches Straw Hat Pirates. But look at the texturing, the foiling. They are absolutely beautiful. I will say, I was not a huge fan of the Nami when I just saw the scan, but the texturing really brings it out. The Zorro, I did like the art beforehand. The Nami, I was not a huge fan of the art generally, but I do think, especially with the foiling and the texturing here, it just pops. It's kind of awesome. Right. So there we go. I'm a huge fan of this starter deck. It's going to be out in English before too long. And my advice to you guys is pick it up. I mean, firstly, there are some really playable cards in here, which makes a difference. But also, just the quality. Like, Bandai have clearly come along and gone, right, we are making this premium deck. It's going to be 3 times the price of a regular deck. Let's make it actually worth it. And I genuinely believe they've done that. So yeah. Also, I proved I'm not a liar because I did go to Shinjuku and immediately pick this up. Cool, right, you know the deal. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this deck. Are you picking it up? All that good stuff. Look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.